Hi guys, welcome back to Sharma's Kitchen.
Hope everybody had a wonderful day today. So you guys know Natalie is always with me in the kitchen. She really likes to help out in all my different recipes. This girl can cook some meal on her own and she can make some treats for the entire family on her own. So that's the reward of being in the kitchen a lot, because I used to do the same. So today she mentioned to me that I didn't make sugar cake for a very long time. And sugar cake is very dear to my heart, and I know for a lot of our Guyanese family out there, sugar cake is a big thing that brings back so much memory. I used to make it with my mom, and today I'm going to be making it with Natalie. And for sugar cake, we need coconut. We always use fresh coconut to make our sugar cake. Today we're going to make a little twist to the sugar cake, and we're going to make a milky sugar cake. How does that sound?
Sounds really good.
I've been making sugar cake for them, and every time I make it, I would add a little twist to it. So today, we're gonna make one of the simplest one, like a 4-ingredient sugar cake, but it's gonna be a milky version. So first of all, we're gonna get our fresh coconut, grate it up. Are you ready to grate it on the sit-down grater?
Yes.
Yes, and she knows how to do it on the sit-down grater too. So we like to grate it on the sit-down grater because it gives a nice texture. That's how I like to make mine. So we're gonna head on to the kitchen and make some milky sugar cake today. Let's go, Natalie.
Let's go.
So I just break the fresh coconut, and I'm gonna use a sit-down grater to grate our coconut. If you have a hand grater, it can work perfectly well, or you can break the coconut into small pieces and add it in your food processor. Before I use any fresh coconut in my cooking, I always get a cup, collect the water, and taste a little bit of the water or a piece of the coconut. If it tastes nice and sweet, I will proceed and use it in my recipe. If it tastes like a flavor that is not regular, then I wouldn't use it in my recipes. So today this water was very nice and sweet, so I'm going to use this for the sugar cakes. Between myself and Natalie, I'll give her to grate the small half, and I'm gonna grate the big half, and then we will come back and put the sugar cake together. So we have here our nutmeg, a nice piece of ginger. I'm gonna use some condensed milk, and I have my freshly grated coconut. I have a few pieces of the brown part of the coconut in there, but I like to add it because it also adds a nice flavor. Today, Natalie said out of cinnamon and nutmeg, I asked her which one she prefer in the sugar cake, and she said she prefer nutmeg, so we will go with her request. Now, I'm gonna measure this coconut because I wanna give an accurate measurement for all my friends who might wanna try the recipe. It is 1 whole coconut, but let me see how much in cups. So we're gonna measure up the coconut. And we have 1 cup here. I'm gonna start my stove, and this is just the brown part of the coconut. It is also edible. That's the part closer to the shell. And then 2 cups. We're gonna see how much. I will say we have, I'm gonna say we have 3 cups of coconut. And this is gonna give us a perfect amount. Make sure we get all of it in there, and then all the rest. So I'm gonna toast up the coconut in the meantime. I'm gonna be adding in my ginger and stuff like that. So let me toast it for a few minutes, and then we will add the ginger and our nutmeg. We're gonna go in with the nutmeg, and we're gonna grate a nice portion of nutmeg in here. We just add a nice portion of the nutmeg, about half of a nutmeg. And you can hear the coconut start toasting up. We're not adding too much spices today because we want to keep that nice fresh coconut flavor. I also have another recipe for sugar cake that I add different ingredients. So sugar cake can be made many different ways. Make it the best way your family will enjoy it. There is no wrong and right ways once you make it the way you like it. So these used to be our back home snacks, and they're very simple to make. Some of the easiest snacks to make. So we're gonna go in now with our ginger, and this is a nice portion to give it a good flavor. And the reason I'm grating the ginger is because we want it to distribute nicely into the sugar cake. If you chop it up and you bite into baked pieces of ginger, it wouldn't be very enjoyable. So we're gonna mix in all the grated ginger. You can see the ginger looks yellow in here. And the coconut has been toasting up. As you can hear, that's the milk from the coconut that's coming out. You can hear that sound like something is frying. And now we're gonna add some condensed milk. So we're making a milky sugar cake today. So I'm gonna add here about 1 cup of condensed milk, and then we will taste to make sure that we have enough flavor in here. This is gonna add a nice texture, sweetness, and it's gonna bring out a nice gooey kind of sugar cake. So now it's time to mix, and it's gonna start holding on together. I'm gonna put my stove on medium to low heat just so it can cook nicely. We're not rushing the cooking here, and it smells so good with that ginger. Oh my goodness. Now we're gonna allow it to combine nicely, everything together, soften up the coconut pieces. And if you're a big fan of coconut desserts, this is something you will really enjoy. When we had these things back home, we didn't know how organic and how nice they were for us, because coconut is very good for us. And now when we don't get them often, it's something that we always want to have, right? So our sugar cake is looking nice. Come, let's show them. Once you see that it starts coming together like this and it becomes a little bit dry, it is ready. So I'm gonna turn my stove off, and then we will set it to form up. So I'm not done with it here yet. There is another step that I'm gonna take to make it even prettier, so let's go. So we're gonna divide our sugar cake in half, and we will put half into this bowl with a parchment paper. You can make sugar cake in many different colors. You can make it as natural as you want to do it. And you can also add colors to make it beautiful in the eyes. And I think why they used to put colors is to get the kids' attention, because most people eat with the eyes. So I just have to flatten it here. I'm going to use a smaller spoon. So we're going to add some green coloring into this one here to give it a nice color. And Natalie's going to do the mixing. She likes to do stuff like this. So Natalie's just mixing in the color, and it's looking nice and vibrant. Once you get the color into every part of it, it's going to have a beautiful color. You like this color, Natalie?
Yeah.
It's really nice, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can use yellow, pink, or red, any
Orange.
color, orange, any color you like. But I decided we're going to use green because it's winter, and I like to make things look like if it's summer when it's winter. So we're going to imagine, right? So we're going to add our green part of the mixture on top, and then we're going to smooth it out now. And we're making a two-tone sugar cake. Did you guys remember that growing up? Today we're going to have the good old back home two-tone sugar cake. So we're going to leave it now to sit for a bit. so the air can dry it out a little. And then we will come back in a few minutes and cut it up and share it. You can also share it right now as it is, but I like when it form up a bit, so when you hold a piece, it's not gonna crumble. Even if it's crumble, you know it's gonna be a nice and soft and juicy one, right? So we'll come back to it and cut it up and let you all know how it tastes. So just about what, 15 to 20 minutes. Let's see. Ooh, look. Let's cut this thing. I can't wait anymore. I'm in suspense. I just wet the knife a little and we're gonna cut it in half like this, right? Still soft. You can let it go for a little bit longer. You can dry it out some more, but when it's like this, you know that it's a nice moist one because we add the milk in there. It's gonna be nice and moist, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it back into small square, but I wanna wet my knife again. And then we will cut nice squares, and we wanna clean the knife and then go again. So I'm gonna make sure that I have 2 pieces for everyone, right? So here is our two-tone coconut sugar cake, milk sugar cake, coconut drops, coconut milk cake. Look how beautiful they're done. I have my coconut shell and this is what it looks like. So it's nice and soft. We're gonna taste and let you all know. So look at that. The bottom is the white part and we have the green on top, the two-tone. And this, when I cut it in, it is nice and thick and have a nice texture, like soft. So I'm gonna bite in and show you what I'm talking about. Look at that. It is so milky. The ginger in there. Oh my goodness. Anytime you're making sugar cake, ginger is a must in there. My mom also used to put some dried orange peel. It is soft. It have the right amount of sweetness. It have that ginger. And it's such a delightful treat. You don't need a very big piece of this. This feels like you're having fudge and sugar cake together. So, so nice and delicious. To all the viewers, this is your mouthful. So nice and so soft. The sweetened condensed milk is a perfect marriage for the sugar cake. So I thank you all so much for making sugar cake with me and Natalie today. Hope you'll give this version a try. It's just 4 simple ingredients, very easy to make. There's nothing to be afraid of. And when you're finished, you're gonna be happy with your result and your family is gonna be happy with the flavor. So thank you all. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. I will catch you all in my next video.